Welcome back to Sam and Ham.
This is Sam.
And this is Ham.
And what are we doing today?
Today, we're doing another episode of Fan or Ban.
Thunder noises.
And today we're going to be specifically doing Fan or Ban Warlock Invocations.
Warlock Invocations?
Yes.
What are those? For those of us at home that don't know.
Have you played a Warlock?
I have not yet played a Warlock.
Okay. Warlock Invocations are the reason that the Warlocks are one of my favorite classes in 5th edition. They're basically Warlock-specific feats that you get to pick out and kind of customize to make your Warlock more your own. And there are some that are locked behind your different pact boons, so depending on which pact boon you take, you might be limited in certain ways. Basically, it's a way to make Warlock feel really custom in theory. The problem being is there's some that are just way better than others. I'm not looking at you, Agonizing Blast. I'm actually looking at you. I don't like you, Agonizing Blast. You're really good, but I mean, I'm going to pick you because you're really good.
Easy there, killer.
Anyhow, they're really fun. They're basically Warlock-specific feats. Some have prerequisites, either in the way of your pact boons, or your level, or your patron, sometimes.
Gotcha.
So, these are 6 homebrew invocations to hopefully make Warlocks a little bit more interesting.
6 of them, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to do 5, because that's what we always do, but I found 6 that looked pretty cool, and I didn't really want to have to give one of them up. Nobody deserves the boot.
Alrighty. So let's dive on in. What's number 1?
Alright, number 1, we're going to start off very simple. This is a 1-sentence invocation. Eldritch Frenzy. Requires level 7, and you have to be a Pact of the Blade Warlock.
Okay.
When you use your action to cast a cantrip, you can immediately make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action. This is a blatant ripoff of the Eldritch Knight ability.
Gotcha.
It's basically, you cast a cantrip, weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
It's as simple as it gets.
That is pretty simple.
The big ones here that I can see are either you have Eldritch Blast, and then you can either follow it up with a bow attack. If your pact weapon is a bow, that does require some other invocation investment to be able to use a bow as your pact weapon. Or you can try to use like one of the Sword Coast Adventure Guide cantrips, like Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade, and then just follow that up with a normal bonus action stab.
Okay. That is pretty simple then.
Really not much more to say about it. I mean, you could try to use Blade Ward, I mean, if you're that kind of guy, but I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
What do you think? Would you say that you are a fan, or would you ban it?
I think I'm a fan. It's pretty general there, since it says weapon attack. Normally they specify by saying like melee weapon or ranged weapon. So just the fact you can use any weapon.
Yeah, I kind of like the
Discount.
Yeah, I like that they let you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fan.
All right, we're starting off strong. We're going to move on next to pact tactics. Not pack tactics, but pact tactics. It's funny because it's a pun, and I love puns. This one requires you to be at least level 5 and have the Pact of the Chain feature. It's the one where you get a little familiar.
Okay.
The first time you attack on each of your turns, you have advantage on the attack roll if your familiar is within 5 feet of the target and isn't incapacitated. Similarly, the first time your familiar attacks on each of your turns, it has advantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of the target and aren't incapacitated.
Fan.
That was easy.
You don't have to tell me more.
That's fair. The only downside I see to this one is that you could already just have your familiar use the help action if it's within melee.
Yeah.
But I think this one is kind of handy just for if you want to have your familiar do more stabbing, especially with some of the changes they made in Tasha's and all the invocations there. I think that could be pretty cool.
Yeah. Fan. Say less.
Fair. All right. I'll learn when to shut up one of these days, I promise. Up next, Bouncing Balm.
Fan.
Why?
The picture, man. Let's not.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't love the picture, but Bouncing Balm. You learn the Healing Word spell, and in addition, whenever you use a Warlock spell slot to cast this spell, you can choose an additional target within 15 feet of the first, making a new roll for this target.
Gotcha, so you get double heals.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the term now, Bouncing Balm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I mean, as a Warlock, you only have 2 spell slots. You always, I know you get 3 eventually, but you basically have 2 for 90% of campaigns. And they scale up. Oh. And they scale up, so your healing words are going to be hitting for, 2d4, 3d4, maybe 4d4 eventually, plus your charisma modifier. And being able to do that to 2 people is actually pretty good healing. And healing word's honestly one of the best healing spells in the game as it is, because it's a bonus action, and it gives you somebody enough hit points to stand back up.
True.
But I don't think it's going to be overpowered just because warlocks aren't that good of healers in the first place. And I think this would be nice for a celestial warlock. But
it does say celestial Patreon right at the top. Or patron. Sorry, not Patreon. We don't have one of those. Don't find it. Don't subscribe.
What do you think?
I'm a fan. I think warlocks are meant to do more stabbing than healing, but
Yeah, you don't see a whole bunch of guys with dark hoods slicing up their wrist going, I really want everybody to live and have a good time.
No, you don't see that. Warlocks are typically the downtrodden evil.
Well, generally.
Easily swayed by darkness, not helpers or healers.
Yes.
But I like it. I think it'd be cool not to, typecast everybody in.
Yeah.
Let everybody have some healing. You get some healing. You get some healing.
I like it.
Healing.
Moving on, we've got the Pyromaniac.
There we go. That's a good warlock.
Yes. So this, you have to know the create bonfire cantrip. You do not need to concentrate on the create bonfire cantrip when casting it as a warlock spell. Additionally, the damage dice of your create bonfire cantrips become d12s.
Baby fireball.
More like baby wall of flame.
Okay.
So what create bonfire does, just to make sure everybody's on the same page, is it makes a little bonfire in a 5-foot cube. If somebody's standing there, then make a dex save or take some damage. And if they're still standing there, the next turn keeps happening.
So it goes from a d8 to a d12 if they're standing there.
Yes. So all the damage gets buffed. And because it doesn't take concentration anymore, you can make multiple of these. And they all last for a minute. So theoretically, you can start one here, start one there, start one there, start one there, and have potentially up to 10 going at a time.
Why up to 10?
Because they last for a minute. And so by the time you cast the 11th one, the first one will be going out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you can do a little bit of battlefield control. Very small spaces at a time, but it's there. As is pointed out in the Reddit comments, generally the only way you can stop create bonfire is by canceling your concentration on it. And by removing concentration from the cantrip, you can't stop it. Because pyromaniacs don't stop fires. They just start them.
Gotcha. So you had me, then you lost me. But I think I'm back on board with a fan here.
All right.
As much as I love Pyromania, please don't start fires IRL. That's not what we're going for here.
That would make us sad pandas.
Very sad pandas.
Are we going for the clean sweep?
No.
I'm going for the clean sweep. One of these days, I'm going to bring you stuff that you're going to enjoy, including Divided Mind.
That's a Magic the Gathering card picture. I'm out. Banned.
So did you have to read that, or did you recognize the card?
I unfortunately am a blue player.
Yes! Sorry! You have been corrupted. I hate you for being a blue player, but, whatever. We'll take small victories. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you touch a willing creature that can speak and place a portion of your memory within them. Choose a warlock spell you know. You forget how to cast that spell. The target creature can cast the chosen spell once at a level equal to your packed spell slot level with their charisma as the spellcasting ability, ignoring material components that don't have a cost. Once the spell is cast and all its effects have ended, or when you or the target creature finishes a long rest, the spell fades from their memory, and you remember how to cast the spell. You can't use this invocation again until you finish a long rest, and can then use this invocation again at the end of that long rest.
Man, I can't follow that.
Oh, okay. So the wording, it's a bit of a mess. But basically, I am the warlock, right? I have all these awesome, cool spells, and you're a dumb fighter who can't cast spells because you're so dumb. But I come up to you, being the ever-generous warlock, and say, hey fighter, here's one spell, buddy. I no longer can cast that spell. I can't cast Fireball no more. You get one. You get one Fireball. Don't mess it up, kid.
Yeah, I understood that part.
Okay.
Ban. Why would you give your spells away? Don't give away spell slots.
So I only have one concentration slot a day, though. By giving you one of my spells, you can maintain concentration for me. So this actually gives a lot of thought process to basically, do I try to give like a buff away that they could potentially hold concentration on? But then you probably have a really low charisma score, because you're a fighter, assumedly. I'm not giving spells out to the bards and paladins of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially you're trying to find a cool buff that they can either use for themselves or give them a backup spell of some kind. There's a lot you can do with this one.
No, don't give away your spell slots, ban.
I think you do this just to pain me.
Maybe a little.
Fine.
I don't like it.
But I saved probably my favorite for last, as I always tend to do in these videos.
Ah, the bonus!
The Mount of the Rainmaster.
Spooky horse.
So this one's only available to 5th level warlocks with the Pact of the Chain feature. So again, you will have a familiar of some kind.
It turns into a horse.
Yes, you can cast Find Steed, basically targeting your familiar, transforming your familiar into the Find Steed spell, which is the Paladin exclusive spell.
Don't take away from the Paladins. They have so little.
The Paladins have enough. Oh, I'm sorry, they only have 5 exclusive Smite spells, exclusive Find Steed spells, exclusive Divine Smite features, lay on hit. Paladins have had it too good for too long.
If you want to play a Paladin so bad, be a Paladin.
But I want to be edgy.
You could be an edgy Paladin.
But I think this one's kind of cool because it basically gives you a mount that you don't have to worry about dying. And just gives you more ways that you can use your Pact of the Chain familiar. Your Pact of the Chain familiar has a whole lot of cool tools that a Find Steed probably doesn't, such as being able to like see through its senses and stuff. And you just make it look like a horse, and now all of a sudden you can look through the horse's eyes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. I'm not going to say this one's a game winner. This is what I wish a lot more invocations were. They're a lot more flavor. There's cool stuff here. If your warlock shows up and he's the first warlock who can turn his imp into a freaking horse, that's cool.
It's also weird.
Yes, quite weird, as warlock invocations tend to be. There's a warlock invocation where if you stand still, you just get to be invisible. They're weird.
They are weird. I didn't realize Drax was a warlock.
Yeah. So what do you think? Mount of the Rainmaster.
You had me until you said imp into a steed, man.
Okay, sorry, you can turn a pseudo-dragon into a pony. What do you want?
I don't want that either.
I can turn a sprite into a dog.
Cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize you could ride a dog, though.
Halflings can. You gotta be a small boy for that one.
Small boy.
Small.
Okay. So, you just get one free spell slot.
Well, you
make steed.
Yeah, you don't have to use one of your 2 scarce spell slots to cast the spell.
And you take it away from the paladins.
Alright, I think you're feeling some bias for your paladins. Let the warlocks have a win here.
They have a lot of wins.
Oh yeah, LDB and old agonizing blast.
Yep.
I mean, fair, it's a pretty big win.
That is a pretty big win. Ban.
Daggum. We started strong.
I'm only banning it though because you told me 5 and this is the 6th one, so.
Okay. Jacob's gonna go calm down now.
But until next time, hope you enjoyed watching this video.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Oh yeah. I don't get to have a horse. I'm gonna go play a paladin now. They're good boys.
You don't have to be a good boy. You could be the vengeance pirate.
Man, I guess. Let's see if I can make them edgy.
Pirates are edgy. I tricked you. You weren't even listening. I said.
Oh, she got me.
All right.
Pirate. You win. You win this one. 4 out of 6, not bad.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. So until next time, this is Sam.
And this is Ham.
Hope you enjoyed watching.
And we'll see you in the next one.